The door opens on their own, parting to create a large gaping hole that seems to beckon me to just go inside. I don't want to go in there, but what I want doesn't matter at this time. The only thing that matters is that it's in there, and I need to get it. The fluorescent lights flicker and hum. I can hear a distant beeping. A bent and shriveled form stands in front of the door. Their sunken, glossy gray eyes twitch over to fix onto me as I enter the building. Their deeply wrinkled face attempts to force a smile, yet it looks like a grimace as he chokes out a raspy greeting. I walk past them, trying to desperately keep my distance as I give them a nod of acknowledgement. The building looked empty, yet I could firmly hear a distant squeaking as something shuffled about just out of my sight. As I endlessly walked down the aisle, I kept seeing a shadowy figure in the corner of my eye. I knew I was getting close to what I needed as I smelt the strong scent of pine wafting by the display of small hanging trees. As the smell faded, I noticed something pungent coming from around the corner. Moving forward, trying to breathe from my mouth to avoid the smell. The box fits in my hand, and it felt like home. Clenching it close to my chest, retracing my steps to the door. It's following me. The smell, the rot. I can feel it getting closer with every step I take. It's worth it. I need this, and they are not going to stop me. Looking down at the box, Twinkle the kid looked up at me and gave me a little wink that seemed to say, "That's right, Mark. I am delicious, and oh, so worth the risk." Music plays crashing over me like a bucket of ice-cold water. My body is attached to my head. My twinkles are gone. My heart is racing. The sound stabs to my ears again. My arm slaps at the nightstand, desperately seeking at the end of the sound. Bringing the phone to my head fast enough that I accidentally strike my head with a sharp round corner.
Oh.
I don't remember how that works. All I know is somehow I defied the laws of physics and discover a way to make a round, sharp corner.
Jesus.
The sound stops mid-ring as I finally answer the call.
Hello?
Mark?
What the hell, Aaron? Do you have any idea what time it is?
Oh gods, Mark. Is that really you?
Hearing his panicked voice helped me wake up like a bucket of ice water. This was not the first time that Aaron needed me to talk him down after taking extracurricular circumstances.
Yep, it's me, Aaron. You alright, buddy?
I'm better than you. How did you end up there?
Are you safe?
I think so.
Okay, I need you to take a deep breath and hear me out. Can you do that for me, buddy?
Okay.
Okay, we have worked through this before. Sometimes you have a bad trip. I know you're really experienced on what you remember, but sometimes what you remember didn't actually happen. So I need you to relax and remember that what you're feeling is going to balance out. And the important thing is to not make any decisions till the next day.
So that didn't actually happen. I'm okay. You're okay. It's all going to be okay in the morning.
That's right, buddy. Are you going to be okay for now? I would like to try to get some sleep for work.
Yeah. As long as you're good. Then I'm good too.
All right. Hey, if you're still feeling off tomorrow, we can get together after work. I get off at 5:30 p.m.
Sounds good, man. I hope you get some sleep.
I used to pull all-nighters for fun not that long ago, but damn, getting old sucks. My whole body aches, and I was fighting a headache all day at work. I really don't want to deal with Aaron at the end of the day, but I guess that's the price you pay for friends. Aaron seems like he was back to his old self, hopping out of his car and rushing over to me, literally picking me up to spin me around before sending me back down.
Damn. Oh, damn, you're exhausting. But it's good to see you're feeling better. Hey, let's get inside before the neighbors start assuming things.
Aaron called out after me as we head inside.
No worries. Your neighbor could clearly tell that I'm way too hot for you.
After we settled down with the drink, I waited for Aaron to get into it.
Do you remember when we were kids and how mysterious life was? Back then, there was magic to be found just around the corner.
Sort of. I mostly remember you getting me into trouble with your harebrained schemes.
Well, it's good to get into trouble from time to time. Look how boring life has gotten since you started acting like an adult.
Life had rather been dull since my 20s. Pushed me into the mindless routine of work, sleep, and repeat. Just maybe, I could find some time on the weekends to possibly relax. The only childish thing I still had hung to was my childhood friend, Aaron. He seemed untouched by time, still staying at a kid in an adult's body.
Okay, stop beating around the bush. Just tell me what crazy thing you're trying to make me do this time, just so I can tell you no.
His face was priceless, but he tried hard to drop it into a shock and disappointment. Yet, I could see the twitch in the corner of his mouth as he struggled to hide in his oh-so mischievous grin.
I'm hurt. Words cut deep.
Closing his eyes, he clenched his hand over his chest, dramatically showing how deep his hurt goes. I simply waited, holding back a smile of my own, knowing it would only encourage his theatrics. Eventually, his eyes peeked open to examine my reaction.
Okay, fine. I will just tell you. Not so you can say no, but so you can say yes, and share in the excitement with me. Because what I have found is something no sane man could resist. And unlike me, you, my friend, are a sane man.
He pulled out a folded piece of paper and placed it before me, hand pressed firmly over it, as he looked deeply into my eyes.
This is it. After you see what I have here, there is no going back. Are you ready to face what is hidden within?
I looked into his eyes, mirroring the serious look of his face, and said,
Nope, I guess I'm not ready for something that intense. I guess I have to back out while I still can.
If looks can kill, then the face he made would have acted like a bullet bounced right off Superman's chest to have no effect.
Gods, Marcus, why do you have to be so damn obstinate all the time?
Obstinate. Wow, that's a big word for you. Have you been using the word of the day calendar I got you?
Without looking up, he gave me the one-finger salute before focusing on unwrapping the paper.
There.
He exclaimed triumphantly while holding up the paper. It was a map drawn in crayon. One big square had the words, "You are here," written inside of it, and a long squiggly line leading to a picture that looks like it was drawn by a third grader, showing two people standing by a tent in a campfire holding marshmallows on sticks. And above that, it said, "Destination Fun."
Oh, that's very nice. Do you want me to hang this in my fridge?
No. Okay, yes. But that's besides the point. We need to go camping. You have a 3-day weekend coming up, so there's no excuse not to go. Enjoy life for once.
I hate to admit it, but he seemed to have a good point. We haven't gone camping in years, and it would seem like a nice way to get away from it all for a bit. But this is Aaron, and what he says often starts out seeming so reasonable, but then the other shoe would often drop. taking a deep breath before diving into what could be a mistake. Damn it, he was right. And after hearing the idea that there was no going back.
Okay. I'm in.
The rest of the week filled me with a mixture of both dreadful and excitement. Aaron had actually planned it all, for once. He had a camping spot picked out, and even had all the food and equipment ready for us to backpack into the wild, like old times. So the only thing left for me to do was finish my work week, hopefully with enough energy to still have some fun, because Aaron might not be a lot of things, but he was definitely fun. Aaron arrived bright and early Saturday morning. Well, early for him, 11:23. Pulling up, he shouted through the open truck window.
Hey, are you ready to head out into the great unknown?
You know it. I'm just so ready to act like Elsa and head right out to the unknown. Please tell me this is just a figure of speech. You do actually know where we're going, right?
Well, it all depends. Life can be full of so many unexpected twists. Like what happened back in high school when we tried to prank Karen. You remember that, right?
Yep, I remember how your plans would go often and get us in hot water. You better not be planning to do anything crazy this time. Aaron looked at me questioningly for a moment, as if to say, you better not be like this the whole trip. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll try to relax, be less negative for the trip. I guess I just forgot how to relax and have fun.
Hey, it's all right. I'm just glad you're here with me.
For a moment, he looked sad, and I really started to wonder how much I had really neglected him.
Besides, you will always have me to remind you how to have fun, right?
The 2-hour drive flew by with Aaron, bringing up memories of the good old days. And by the time I arrived, I felt so much like my old self. I'm actually looking really forward to the weekend.
All right. Get your pack on. It's going to be a hard push if you want to get to the campsite before sunset.
The mountain air carried the fresh scent of pine. My calves burned, and sweat dripped down my back. I felt more alive than I had in the gods who knows how long. For once, I actually think Aaron was right, and I really did need this. We still had some sunlight left after getting to the campsite. Aaron was being abnormally quiet as we set up camp. It feels like he is probably dealing with something, but I know better. And I just have to wait until he's ready to open up.
We still have some sunlight left.
A little, but you know how fast darkness spreads when camping.
I guess. It's not far. Do you think you have a little more walking left in you?
My legs felt like jelly, and I really wanted to relax with a drink by a fire before going to sleep. Yet, there was something in his eyes that felt like this was really important to him. Alright, buddy. As long as it's not far, I have a little more going in me tonight. It felt good to walk through the trees without my pack. I have a terrible sense of direction, but I wasn't worried. I swear, Aaron had a GPS implanted in him by birth. He could find his way back, blindfolded, hopping on one foot. I'm glad you convinced me to do this. I didn't realize how badly I needed it. I got so caught up with everything, and I hardly feel like myself nowadays. And it's good to be reminded of who I am outside of work. Aaron stayed silent as we pressed forward. He was probably gathering his thoughts before telling me what's on his mind. He always did his best thinking while on the move.
It's just around the bend. You go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, I'll see you around the bend. I moved ahead while following the path Aaron indicated. He better get his thoughts together soon. We don't have much more time before it gets dark. As I turned the bend, I noticed it. The smell. The pine trees were being overpowered by something pungent coming from around the bend. I kept going, trying to breathe through my mouth, yet still tasting its rot. What the hell was up here? I could see in the shadows a body laying among the bushes. Rushing over to it, ignoring the smell, and thinking that I could still do something to help. The face. The body had a face. I froze, looking down at my dead body. This can't be real. How does it have my face? Something was coming up behind me.
Mark. He was a good guy. He could take life so seriously at times that he would forget to live it. But that's why he had me. We balanced each other out.
Turning around, I see Aaron coming up behind me, holding the gun in his hand.
I was supposed to have his back. And I was supposed to be there when he needed me.
Aaron, what the fuck is going on?
Shut up! You shut the fuck up. You're not him. I don't know what the hell you are, but you're not him.
This can't be happening. Aaron must have spiked my drink, and this is just a bad trip. Aaron raised his gun at me, stumbling backwards, raising my hands.
Wow! Hey, listen. Let's just calm down, okay?
My words were cut off as I tripped over something at the same moment. I heard an ear-shattering crack. Scrambling over the ground on my hand and knees deeper into the woods, I feel a rough ground beneath my palms. I can only focus on getting out of Aaron's sight before standing up and making a run for it. I run until my legs gave out and my lungs burned, desperate for air. Collapsing for exhaustion, I rolled myself under a bush. The light of day fades to darkness, thoughts tearing through my mind, pushing me to the brink of madness. Aaron actually tried to kill me. It's cold. I don't know my way back to camp. I keep hearing Aaron in the distance. He just keeps looking for me.
Not Mark! You're not going to get away with this. It's just a matter of time. I'm going to make you pay for what you did.
His voice is getting closer. It's like he knows where I am. I have to run. It's my only chance. I try to stretch my numb legs as I get ready.
There you are.
I try to run, but all I could manage was a stumbling gait.
This is pathetic. It's too late, and you obviously aren't able to get away this time. Can't you just face your death with some fucking dignity? I bet the real Mark would have.
Move, legs. Damn it, move!
My legs get tangled into something, sending me spiraling into the forest ground. I hear Aaron walking behind me. I taste blood and dirt. I smell rot. This is it. He was right. I couldn't run anymore. My best friend is going to kill me. Nothing is happening. Why isn't he shooting? I roll over and look up and see Aaron standing there, a gun pointed at me. His eyes stand over in the morning light, wide with shock. I followed his gaze and saw what tipped over. Another dead body. This time, with Aaron's face.